How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal in this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading whether price is going up or down. ANKR introduces ultrasound infrastructure to revolutionize Web 3.0 connectivity and performance. ANKR has created the first version of an infrastructure solution to serve Web 3.0 ecosystems with a globally distributed network of nodes from a diverse range of node provider partners, including Microsoft and Transcendent Cloud. The solution, named Ultrasound Infrastructure, was built to offer the highest quality and most distributed node network available for Web 3.0 developers so they can access high-performance connections to blockchains from anywhere in the world, kind of like a CDN. Inspired by the principles behind Ethereum's ultrasound money, ultrasound infrastructure aims to provide the ultimate level of speed, performance, and efficiency for Web 3.0 developers on their applications connecting to an array of blockchains. Unlike other node partner programs, ultrasound infrastructure will deliver the highest performance possible by only developing archive nodes. These nodes are specifically designed to handle high traffic volumes and ensure users can access the fastest and most reliable infrastructure possible. Representative Warren Davidson calls for swift ban of CBDCs, says Fed creating the financial equivalent of the Death Star. Republican Congressman Warren Davidson is calling for an outright ban to central bank digital currencies as he foresees the government using the asset to exert more control over the general population. Davidson says the Federal Reserve is building the financial equivalent of the Death Star, central bank digital currencies, corrupt money into a tool for coercion and control. Congress must act swiftly and ban them to criminalize any effort to design, build, develop, or test and establish a CBDC. So, Binance files intent to dismiss CFTC complaint. In a filing made to the Illinois District Court yesterday, multiple Binance entities, along with its CEO, CZ, stated their intention to file two separate motions seeking the dismissal of the recent CFTC complaint from March. Binance has also requested permission to exceed the standard 15-page limit on the brief that the exchange will use to support their motions for dismissal. Instead, they seek to submit a 50-page brief citing the complexity of the CFTC's complaint and the number of arguments defendants anticipate making in the support of their motions to dismiss. So he's saying we have a lot of evidence against what the CFTC is accusing us against. If you don't know, the CFTC filed a lawsuit in March last year and accused Binance of violating the Commodities Exchange Act and certain related federal regulations. The CFTC's claim is based on the assertion that Binance has been facilitating commodity derivatives transactions on behalf of individuals in the United States since at least July 2019, which the regulator deems to be in violation of U.S. laws. It is also accused of insufficient AML and KYC controls, knowingly invading or helping U.S. clients evade regulators, and trading against their own customers. But onto the charts. So our total market cap, we are trying to get a bit of a pump up, but this is kind of an indecision doji candle. We have a manipulation X here that's signaling we could get more drop. Our stochastic is falling down, momentum is coming down, our money flow is struggling to maintain bullish momentum, and our RSI has gone pretty stagnant. Our VWAP is carrying pretty strongly into the bearish territory, so overall we're a little more bearish leaning than bullish, so we could see a push down. Now this could be a descending wedge here, which could be a bullish pattern though. So if we do have a descending wedge, which we do, then that could push us back through that support resistance if we do fall and stay within this pattern. Over on Bitcoin dominance, we're kind of making a flag still, so I would be a little concerned now. Some people are saying that dominance could pop off, but this is a range in my opinion. And the range like that makes a bear flag, which can bring us back down toward these ranges I warned you against when we were around here. Our RSI overall is losing strength, it's starting to curl over and head back down. Stochastic has a bearish cross, our money flow is taking a bit of a drop, and our VWAP is about to break through that neutral, so just watch out as that'll give our momentum wave a red dot, and that curl will start to drop lower. Over on Bitcoin futures, we pretty much pushed away from our flag and confirmed away from it. We are getting a red candle, so if we get more red candles and push down, I'll probably delete this pattern. Our RSI overall is sliding, stochastic is pushing down, money flow is inching its way out. Our VWAP does want to get a little bit of a push up, so if our VWAP can go toward that neutral and gain bullish momentum, then our momentum might gain bullish strength and get a green dot push up. But currently our momentum's pushing down pretty rapidly. Real quick, if you haven't already, like this video and subscribe to the channel. Visit our links down below to visit our Discord and join the community, as well as get this cool merch from Reaper Apparel Co. Use our link to get that 10% off. Stochastic is trying to head up, money flow is pushing lower, so our money flow is in danger of breaking bearish here. Our VWAP is pushing away from that neutral line, and our momentum is pushing down with that confirmed red dot, so overall we are getting a bit of a drop down. On the lower time frames, we did also have a bearish pattern possibility. I think I drew this out this morning, so if you're on Twitter or Discord, you will have seen this. But our RSI is trying to push up, stochastic's trying to push up, VWAP's trying to kind of curl away. Our money flow is trying to go bullish, but it doesn't have very much strength, so it is in danger of rolling over. Our momentum wants to come up, but it is in danger of getting a red dot as that VWAP is coming back away from us. Over on the 2 hour, you can see this pattern a little bit more. That's a bear pendant, so that is in danger of breaking us down. However, it is also a symmetrical triangle, which is a 50-50 pattern to break us up. So keep that in mind as well. Our stochastic is starting to roll over, so we are in the overbought area and dropping down. RSI is starting to head down, our money flow is in the bearish territory, wants to go through that neutral but struggling to actually get through, so we may be in danger of a push down. Our VWAP is getting close to that neutral zone, wants to break through, so if that VWAP pushes lower, our momentum's likely going to get that red dot to confirm that just flashed up. So just watch out for that. Over on the 1 hour, our stochastic is pushing down, RSI is starting to slide away. Our momentum is starting to curl down, our VWAP is getting lower lows and pushing away from the neutral, so our VWAP is in danger of sliding here. Our money flow is in the bearish territory, starting to slide away from that neutral, so if it flans out and curls under, we could be in danger to see this pattern to break out, as we have 3 touches on it. Usually when you get 3 touches or more, you get your breakdown on some of these patterns. Visit our trading videos playlist if you're not familiar with patterns and some of the concepts we talk about. Our RSI is starting to take a dive. Stochastic is starting to kind of go flat. It didn't really get much of a bullish push. We're at about 14. We need to be above a 30 to be bullish. Money flow is rejecting away from the neutral, so we are in danger of pushing into the bearish territory that we've teased multiple times. We're kind of just zigzagging around here on graph. Our VWAP is making lower lows, so our VWAP is in danger of dragging us lower, and our momentum is crashing pretty hard. So overall, we're pretty much oversold, and we could get a bit of a drop. We're in more bearish territory. This is a kind of support resistance area, as you have candle bodies and wicks here, and candle bodies and wicks here, and I'm sure if you look back, we'll have more. So if we do make a bounce off here, we could see a retest of the Fibonacci range. However, if we reject down, then we'll likely visit the bottoms of here and possibly this wick. Now we do have that volume profile as well. So if we zoom out, get that back showing, we are under our point of control. So we are pushing away from the point of control now, and we did confirm a rejection of it. Our RSI is pushing lower, stochastic's coming lower, everything's pretty bearish. So we are in danger of going toward that value area low, which would be around this about 8-7 cent area. So just keep that in mind. If we broke that, then we could visit some lower prices, not patterns, but we'll have to see if any patterns form to make those prices. Our RSI is overall sliding, stochastic is pretty flat, our money flow is pretty flat, but it's in the bearish territory trying to get newer lows, so just keep an eye on it. Our momentum does want to come up, but if that VWAP rolls back over, that momentum's likely going to get a red dot to invalidate the green dot and get another push back down. Over on the 2 hour, we are kind of just sliding away. We could make some sort of a U shape here, maybe a cup and handle. that would be able to save us and push us higher, but we'll have to see if that actually rears its head. Stochastic is going to push down, RSI is going to push down, our money flow is rejecting away from neutral and making lower lows, so money flow is in the bearish territory and gaining momentum. Our VWAP is trying to break bullish, but it's not really having much luck, so we may get pushed back down, and this momentum may start to get some momentum to the downside. We do have that red dot that confirmed. We don't currently have a green dot, but we could see one pop up if we do flip over to the bullish territory. Over on the 1 hour, we're kind of just flagging now that we've dropped. So if the 1 hour makes a flag here and that carries to the higher time frames, we could see it drop down toward that value area low with that. Stochastic is pushing down, RSI is pushing down, VWAP is pushing away from that neutral and has broken bearish. So our momentum's getting a red dot to invalidate this green dot that showed up, so we could get pushed away. Our money flow is rejecting away from the neutral as well, so our money flow is gaining some steam to the bearish territory here as well. So overall, we are gaining steam on the bearish side, and we could see some sell-off if we're not careful. Over on ANKR for the daily, we're getting a bit of a rejection, even though we got some decent news. We have a bearish divergence on our momentum and our stochastic. Our stochastic has a bearish crossing that's heading down, momentum's coming down with a red dot that confirmed, and our VWAP is in the bearish territory pushing lower. Our money flow is rounding away, so overall we are in danger of coming down toward this value area low, where we could end up seeing our wedge here play out, which could take us toward the bottom of this pattern, or this trend zone we had. Our RSI is trying to get a little bit of a bounce around up, so we'll have to see if that can gain some strength. Our stochastic's trying to push up, so that is a good sign. If that stochastic can go through the 30 strong, then we could see that RSI push pretty decently. Money flow is trying to get a bounce off the neutral, but just watch out if it rounds off here, as if it does, we're very close to that neutral and could break into the bearish territory then. Our momentum does want to get a green dot, but we are kind of flattening out as our VWAP doesn't know where it wants to go. It didn't really gain much steam after it broke in the bullish territory. Over on the 2 hour here, our stochastic is kind of zigzagging. We're getting lower highs slightly and price is starting to taper off. Might be able to make a small descending triangle here, so that would be in danger of bringing us down toward the support area. Our RSI wants to head up, money flow is kind of flat, VWAP wants to break over that neutral, but it's not really getting much strength currently, so we'll have to see if it can get some more strength. We do have that green dot, but if that VWAP starts to get weak, then that green dot could get invalidated and we could see another push down. Over on the 1 hour, we're getting a double manipulation X, so keep an eye on that, as that could bring us lower. We are kind of just jumping, we did gap down, we kind of gap back up to fill it, so we may have a drop to fill that very small gap there. If you stretch out, you'll see it a little easier. So we do have that gap zone. Usually gaps have like an 80% fill rate, so when you see gaps, they tend to fill. Stochastic is trying to run up, RSI is trying to run up, VWAP's trying to run up, momentum's trying to come up, but our money flow is rejecting away. So even though we have a lot of things pointing up, the money is starting to come out. So just keep an eye on the money flow, as if it stays in this bearish territory and keeps heading down, everything else may snap back down, and we could start by filling that gap. We do have a kind of gap zone right here, so we could come up, kind of touch that zone, and reject away from it. But on to XRP for the daily, we are getting a slight green candle here. Our RSI is pretty flat, stochastic's pushing away, momentum's coming down, money flow is rejecting down, so we are heading a little more bearish leaning currently. VWAP is in the bearish territory and gaining steam as well, so more bearish leaning signals, but we do have a green candle, so we'll have to see if this green candle can play as a bottom candle, because it is a green hammer candle. We do have a long lower shadow as well, which these tend to be when you get a big green candle that's about the size of this red candle. That could be a bottoming candle pattern, and that could push us toward this golden pocket, but that would could make us form some sort of bull flag. I believe I mentioned that possibility a few days ago, so won't let me inch this down. So there we go. If this is a bull flag, that would give us a possibility to get some new price action and get above that dollar that everyone was hoping for. Don't like where that is. So we do have bearish leaning indicators, but there is a possibility that we could just reset our indicators, then get it run up. Over on the 4 hour, our stochastic's running rampant, RSI is running up. Money flow wants to break in the bullish territory. We did get rejected twice, so keep an eye if it goes bullish and gets some momentum. Our momentum wave wants to come up, and our VWAP is heading up pretty strong, so overall we're looking pretty good for a bounce off this area. Over on the 2 hour, our stochastic's starting to round off. RSI is running up though, so even if this stochastic takes a breather, it is still pretty bullish. Our money flow is heading up, VWAP is trying to head up, and our momentum is in the bullish territory following that VWAP. So overall, we are a little more bullish leaning than bearish, so we could get a trend reversal on this money flow. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. Over on the 1 hour, we are pretty close to a trend reversal on the money flow. We want to push on this neutral, so we'll have to see if that money flow can break bullish and hold. That VWAP needs to maintain above this bullish territory pretty decently. We could take a breather here and get everything to kind of dip a little bit, retest the support, and then hopefully get a push after that. Stochastic is kind of rounding off, RSI is going kind of flat, momentum's starting to round off, and our VWAP is starting to come down toward that neutral. So just keep an eye on everything, as if we push away from here, we could break this pattern, and that would get rid of our bullish possibility. Finally, on algo for the daily, we are at our value area low, so we are trying to bounce off it. If we can bounce off it, then we'll have this volume profile we can use. However, if we don't bounce off it, then we could still be within a descending channel. Our stochastic is trying to get pushed down, RSI is losing strength, VWAP is in the bearish territory and gaining momentum. Our momentum wave is pushing down with a red dot. Our money flow is struggling to maintain any kind of bullish momentum. It's gone kind of flat here, so overall we are more bearish leaning than bullish, and things are looking like they could come out. Over on the 4 hour, we are kind of making a bear flag here, so that could drop us back lower into this descending channel that we have. RSI wants to head up, stochastic wants to run up. Our money flow is slightly in the bullish territory, so we'll have to see if it can gain some steam here. Our VWAP is trying to push up into the bullish territory, so we'll have to see if that can gain some steam as well. If both these things round off here, we could get a bearish push back down. Our momentum does want to come up, but that's going to be dependent on our VWAP. Over on the 2 hour, we kind of have that flag going on here as well. Might be more of a ascending triangle though, so the 2 hour could be counter and could say we could go up. Stochastic is trying to make a push up, RSI is running up, VWAP's running up, money flow is coming out though, so watch out if that money flow maintains this bearish trend, as we could push into the bearish territory and get dragged back down. Our momentum wants to come up, but if that VWAP rounds off, that momentum's going to get a red dot that could push us lower. Finally, on the 1 hour, we are getting a little bit of a reversal error with a manipulation X, so that could signal that we may have a trend reversal. However, we do have manipulation too, so just watch out as there's some goofy things going on. Our stochastic wants to make a bearish cross and come down. RSI is starting to head down. Our momentum wants to round off. VWAP is heading down. And our money flow is starting to reject away from that neutral. So overall, we are set up for a drop back down if we don't get a push up from here. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.